Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Mind the Moment's Tuesday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. This is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino. So happy to be here back with you this morning and to have our illustrious guest, Christine O'Shaughnessy, one of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare's mindfulness instructors. So nice to have you here this morning, Christine. Good morning.
Thank you, Suzanne. Happy to be here.
Yeah, great to have you.
Thank you.
And so as folks join, so nice to see you all this morning. Great to have our regular folks that are here each week and each session. And also, we're welcoming anyone that's new to our program. Really nice to have you here this morning. So to explain how we go in the mornings, today we'll start off with a question for the group as we usually do. Christine will ask that of the group, and then she'll share some thoughts with us and go right into at least a 12-minute guided practice. So that will be, as I mentioned, guided, a little bit of silent time as well in there. So if anyone's new to meditation, she'll just guide you throughout the whole practice. And after that, we'll have time for questions. So if you go to the bottom of your Zoom screen, open up your chat, and you'll notice the blue drop-down menu at the bottom. And that is, you can choose that. It says hosts and panelists. And you can change it to everyone, and then everyone can see your comments. I realized when I said good morning just to you and me, Christine. So good morning to everyone officially. And nice to see you all. So with that, Christine, what is the question that you have for the group this morning?
So the question is, what lightens your mental load? And I'm going to share a quote to kind of help explain that. So this is a quote by Terry Sala. She is a meditation teacher at Spirit Rock in California. And she says, it doesn't matter where we start. The Dharma or meditation will help us lighten our load. It does not change the load. We just have something else to shift our attention to. And cultivating that wise attention on things that are life-giving, things that help us see the truth about the present moment. That is what's going to free our minds and make the burden lighter. What we're cultivating as practitioners is the capacity to see beyond the limitations of the mind, to a world that exists simultaneously with this difficulty. This is quite freeing.
Wow.
So
I love that. And I love Tuwari Salah. So
yes, Tuwari. Is that how you pronounce it? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, Tuwari. Yeah,
Tuwari.
I know it's Tuwari, but yeah,
Tuwari.
she's wonderful.
Yes, I love her too. So that's where my theme came from, is what lightens your load, that mental load, what weighs on the mind. It may be these practices, it may be going for a walk, it may be yoga. What lightens your load when you're feeling heavy-minded or the mind's conflicted in rumination or obsession or worrying? What lightens that load for you? Oh,
Well, I just to chime in here is going for a walk definitely helps me. Yeah, and I would say being in touch with people I'm close with.
Yeah.
How about you, Christine?
Yeah, for me, it's calling a friend, which I saw someone put in there, or my sister, or sitting and doing my practice and just sitting with the load, because in the clear seeing, it eventually dissolves. And in the sitting, I can see where there's my resistance or where there's my avoidance or where there's aversion. And it's easier to just be with it, kind of welcoming it in to help it process if I'm not able to have a moment where I can reach out to someone or connect with someone I trust.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, thank goodness for our practice during these times, right?
I know.
Yeah, so a lot of great comments coming in. Laughter, Julia says, calling a friend, talking to my sister or a friend, hugging my dog, going for a walk and saying hello to neighbors and their dogs. Yeah. Working out or cuddling my dog. Praying.
Mm.
Focusing on a creative project, writing fiction.
That's a good
Very
one.
interesting. Mindfully planning out my day, focusing on meaningful activities in addition to must-do activities, must-do things. Yeah.
I like that.
Picking up my camera. Yeah, that certainly changes our perspective, doesn't it?
Mm.
Looking through that lens. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, all meaningful things.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I love that passage from Tueri. Could you read that again, Christine?
Yes,
I
yes.
just it seemed so meaningful. Working with all my plants, busy hands in nature. I like that as well.
Oh, that
Mm.
is fun. I know if it wasn't so long, I'd start typing it in the chat box so
Yeah,
people
no,
could cut and
that's
paste it. Um, so she says, it doesn't matter where we start. The Dharma will help us lighten our load. It does not change the load. We just have something else to shift our attention to. And cultivating that wise attention on things that are life-giving, things that help us see the truth about the present moment. That is what's going to free our minds and make the burden lighter. What we're cultivating as practitioners is the capacity to see beyond the limitations of the mind to a world that exists simultaneously with this difficulty. That is quite freeing.
hmm.
So it's that which helps us see the truth in this present moment. That
And
is life-giving.
yeah, yeah.
Those are my two themes that I love, the core of that statement.
And I love her calling attention to the fact that there is a world out there that exists outside of the difficulty simultaneously. That would just make sense.
Yeah.
Um, I'll type in Tueri's.
Yes, Tuare. I'm so glad you clarified for me how to pronounce that.
Um, yeah, yeah, she's very gifted.
Yes, she is.
One of my favorite people to sit retreat with.
I've only done online with her. But
Mm,
beautiful, just the same.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks for that passage,
You're
Christine.
you're
Lovely.
welcome. Yeah. All right. So we're going to begin. So working kind of with that as our theme, the practice, the intention for today is lightening your load, right? So just kind of having that be your attention to lighten the load, whatever that load might be for you today.
Sounds
All
good.
right. So getting comfortable in your seat, or you're welcome to stand if you'd like, whatever feels comfortable and supportive for you today. And just beginning to feel an attention, a quality of awareness to the spine, feeling a gentle uplifted quality as if you're coming up out of the hips, the pelvis, creating space between the vertebrae. And at the same time, feeling your feet connecting to the floor. Your eyes may be open or closed, whatever feels supportive for you. And begin to just feel the body sitting here. I like to start with a few rounds of deep breath, inviting in the breath through the nose, exhaling through an open mouth, softening the shoulders, taking another deep breath in, exhaling, and one more deep, full, nourishing breath in, And as you exhale, releasing, relaxing, letting go of anything that you're holding on to. And then bringing a quality of awareness to your hands, feeling them connecting to a surface. Notice sensations of warmth or coolness in the hands and in the body overall. Feeling the ease of the breath. Beginning to arrive in this moment. Inviting your arms and legs to feel heavy, weighted, and at peace. And begin to notice places of ease in your body. Connecting with an internal sense of ease. And finding that meditation object of your choice, that place where you can shift your attention to when the load, the weight of the mind becomes heavy. And whatever arrives in your practice, welcoming it, inviting it in, making room, space for it to be there. Seeing beyond the limitations of the mind, resting in the body. and welcoming whatever's arriving right now. Making room, space for it to rise up and gently pass away. And if the mind has wandered, simply beginning again, coming back to this present moment. And beginning to feel your feet once again connecting to the floor. Bring your attention back to the body, feeling where you're connecting to a surface. Feeling the back of the body, front of the body, moving up into the head, into the face, allowing the muscles in the face to soften. And when you're ready, gently inviting your eyes to open, coming back into this space, noticing how you feel. Notice what's happening. Did you lighten your mental load? So I hope that practice was supportive for everyone.
Thank you so much, Christine.
You're welcome.
It's interesting how I've been reading here and there about dealing with difficulties and how important it is to honor them, and to I think in our culture have been of the mindset to push them away, or to sometimes they say man up, or just ignore things that are difficult. But I really find that there is a space to allow both the difficulties as well as life's joys at the same time, and how they can how just sitting with those difficulties can be helpful in processing them and helping them move away more permanently.
Equanimity.
Mm-hmm.
Right? May be equally near all things, the difficult and the joyful.
Yeah,
What our
absolutely.
practice teaches us. Yeah, that's one of my favorite phrases. Christina Feldman uses that a lot. May be equally near all things. That's a phrase I call to mind, even in my practice. When I'm sitting with something difficult, can I also attend to that which is joyful, freeing, compassion, empathy, those wholesome qualities of mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Loretta was asking about the phrase equanimity.
Yes, that phrase is, may I be equally near all things. I can type it in the chat box if you want.
I can type it for you.
Okay, may I be equally near all things. It helps the mind when we're really stuck in identifying with something that is stressing us out, and to, again, really much to what this quote said, to see the truth about the present moment and what's going to free our minds and make our burden lighter. It's not gripping and clinging to that which is difficult, right? It's being able to step into the experience and move into freedom through the practice, through wise attention, whatever it might be, loving kindness, a walk in the woods.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All so helpful. Yeah, because there's always something challenging that there's always something that could happen that's challenging, and that we have to sit with in some way.
Yes.
Yeah, Loretta's mentioning stepping in and acknowledging it helps deal with the hard things. Yeah.
Yeah. Larry Rosenberg, who's one of the founders of Cambridge Insight Meditation Center, always says it's clear seeing. In the clear seeing of something, in that moment, we can be free from it if we can really see it clearly. And that means clearly with all of our vulnerabilities, the truth of it. Sometimes we don't really want to admit the truth. We have our own stories about it, but when we can really just see it clearly in that moment, that clear seeing, it can dissolve.
Yeah. And when you mentioned about the truth of it, parts of it may not really be true. What we're looking at, we think our thoughts are always, well, that's reality. Well, it may not be. It may just be a different perspective of reality, and looking at it differently can open our eyes to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Really. Or sometimes we're clinging to how we want to see it. And if we're not able to step into the truth of it, it blocks us. The mind's really tricky like that. We can see it and we can know, but then sometimes we make excuses and say, oh no, it's not that, or it's not me, or because we just don't want to be with the truth of it because it's hard.
Yeah.
Ah, I love that quote. Once I
Yeah.
accept myself as I am, then I can change. Carl Rogers. That's, yes, an amazing quote.
Hmm.
That's it. Only
Wonderful.
we can change ourselves. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Loretta.
Well, thank you for being here, Christine, and opening our eyes to some new ways to practice and to work with, the activity of our minds. So we're
Yeah,
grateful.
thank you.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And nice to have everyone here together with us as a community to continue our week together. We'll be back tomorrow morning for our web meeting format and back on Thursday as well. So hope to see you for the rest of the week. And yeah, have a good rest of your day. See you soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye.